Okay, hello everyone, and we are streaming some Crazyhouse today. In fact, it's going to be a 1+0 Crazyhouse World Championship match between Fumitoks and chickencrossroad, and the winner will become a candidate in the 1+0 CWC. So hi there, Chuck Moulton, who is already live. Fumitoks is a very creative player, and chickencrossroad is a bughouse legend and incredibly quick. So I'd say the more experienced Crazyhouse player is certainly Fumitoks. He was one of the finalists in the 2018 candidates of the Crazyhouse World Championship. But chickencrossroad is one of the best in the world at bughouse. So he's incredibly quick, incredibly solid, incredibly hard to beat, hard to break down, and incredibly quick. I'm going on to zhchess.blogspot, and we're going to go to the blog about, sorry, I've got to skip ahead, the 1+0 Crazyhouse World Championship. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to open up the draw. Okay, so if you go to zhchess.blogspot, you can see a calendar of upcoming events, and the match happening now at 2 AM, so we're running 6 minutes late, is chickencrossroad against Fumitoks. With Opperwaisen against John Stuckey to come, Master Stand against Retarded Platypus, and Penguin GM against King Switcher, all scheduled shortly. Oh, and we are live. So e4, knight f6. We're seeing the Figlude opening. This is the Figlude opening, which Variants Only also played. Maybe I should just use piece moves. This is not quite working. It's lagging. So it's a very So it's an interesting opening because the Queen D has to go back to D1 to defend against the fork. And it was first trialled by Figlude against Mugwort in the Crazyhouse World Championship, and it was also played by Variants Only in the season 4 of the Crazyhouse Team League. Okay, I'm going to switch back to.
King H1. Knight takes G5. Bishop takes G5. Pawn at G2 check.
I'll say this was a fail because the play is too quick to really follow the notation, even if someone had very good blindfold skills. So we're going to get back to normal. Hi Mugwort. Yes, so Mugwort had woken up at about 7 AM Australian time, and Figlude kind of surprised him with that opening in game 1 of their CWC match. Ooh, because he was afraid of. Okay, that whole game just passed me by. But Mugwort, despite being surprised by the opening, actually was winning that game, but because he was a bit lethargic first thing in the morning, he lost on time. And Mugwort says he asked me after the match if I saw that opening before, so he must have tried it before then. So Variants Only recently tried it in the ZH League, and he was very disappointed to hear that it had been played before. He thought he'd invented it. So I think it's I'd say it's a reinvention. Okay, so I haven't commented much on the games at all. I've just been Fumitoks did trial that rather interesting opening, and things passed by rather quickly. So there's pressure on c7, and there's pressure on this. Well, this queen is hanging, which I don't really understand. But okay, I guess it's whoever takes. Even if it's a queen, you get the file, and the file's more important than the queen. Oh wow! So rook takes queen is invited. So what's the threat? Can't see. It's incredibly complex positions. It's really, really incredibly difficult to say anything. Yeah, I did see this coming in. But, okay, he doesn't have a diagonal. If he had a diagonal, he could, yeah, he could come in, but he doesn't have that diagonal piece. But time's going to be a problem. 5 against 7. Fumitoks is incredibly fast at the death, but can he match? Oh, can he match Chicken for pace? And it's just tough. He's not matching him at the moment, and indeed he does flag. Yeah, so Fumi, I think in this game he's going to have to really blitz things out very quickly. I mean, this is bullet, so even faster than blitz. It's like you need to be uptime against Chicken, because usually Fumitoks will trust himself that he's going to be faster than his opponents when it comes down to the death, but he's going to have to really up the pace against Chicken, and he is this game so far, so this is well played. So let's see, he's wanting pawn at h3 at some point. Swaps. Where's his entry point? No, he's just going to keep developing, I think. That's going to be a problem. Yes, he's just defending it. So this is much more of a grind, this game. Okay. Okay. So he doesn't want to feed Chicken. Chicken is a bughouse player, so there's a tactic of trying to avoid giving him pieces. Because Fumitoks is a very good chess player. Indeed, he's a national master. But then so is Chickencrossroad, he's a FM. So very nicely played so far this game. Yeah, he wants something like a rook here, but the knight's still protecting. But that's the sort of idea. Check. So bishop takes knight. He'd have another knight, but no, he doesn't want to execute on the pin. Yeah, this is tough to. Okay, so he's 10 seconds to 5 seconds, so this is about the clock as well. Check. Is there a mate? It's almost a mate. Takes. Oh, he's got him almost. Oh no! So at the death, Chicken is brutal. It looked close to mate for Fumi, but it was a dangerous counterattack. So if anyone wants to join me in the House Party channel on Discord, you're welcome to join in and chat on these games. I am perhaps not the best qualified for fast Crazyhouse. Okay, so pressure on g2, but the queen defends g2, so it's actually h3. Yeah, h3. So pressure is actually on f2 here. Yeah, it's all about f2. So f2 is the dangerous point. Okay, so it was now h3 again. Okay, so it's all about g2 again. Probably would have just. Yeah, I mean, he could have even sacrificed and dropped a knight on h4, but okay, he goes this way. And he's trying to rebuild the attack via h3. So we see the forces ganging up on h3. 4 pieces all ganging up on h3, so his intention is fairly clear to land a piece on h3 shortly, and there it goes. Okay, f3 is the next point. Okay, if you can get a rook, it would be very dangerous. And Mugwort says it's very good at working out mates with 2 seconds left instead of just doing random checks. Yes, I think that's the skill Jan has as well, Jan Lee has as well. He plays moves even at the death, which is threatening mate. well, the problem there is Fumitoks was just throwing in loads of checks because a rook or queen in the corner was mating, so it was starting to get difficult to defend. Okay, so Fumitoks got a real uphill battle here. Love 4 down. So he's playing very solid, and he's going to swing the queen at some point across to here, we imagine. Ah, so the rank is blocked. So where does the queen go? Here and here. Oh, of course, that's the problem. Is the knight was hanging. Yeah. Okay, so Chicken Crossroad is targeting f6 with all his powers. And like earlier, Fumitoks did have ideas at h2, but maybe they were very slow. I mean, this is a game about attacking the opponent king, so it's really okay. Yeah, the opponent chicken is really safe here, and Fumi has no pieces in hand. Hi there, Risa 8000. He says maybe chicken wants to adopt him. Well, he's doing very well, is chicken. But I mean, Fumitoks is a class act. But yeah, it is tough. If queen here, knight takes, that's the problem. And also, this is undefended. So to sack the queen or not, sort of decision time. Yeah, this looks bad. And the queen's going to land. Yeah, here's even better. Let's checkmate. Okay, so where's the pressure in this game? So he wants a knight here or here. And Fumitoks avoids that, but now he's losing a rook or a queen. So it's really tough. Ah, that's a nice move. So we lose the queen, but we get some kind of safety by taking that pawn. That's impressive. But and that's another nice move, blocking off the diagonal to h3. So Fumi's given up a lot of material, but notice how there's no queen here, check. Queen here, check. Okay, we don't want to run into a check from pawn takes knight. So he's stepping away, and chicken's run out of pieces. He's thinking. I think really that's Fumi's only strategy is to somehow starve chicken of pieces. See, no pawn for here, which is what he wants. Bishop takes knight. He's going to go here. That's defended, but okay, 3 seconds each. Now this is the time for time scrambles. Time to really step on it. Hope he's got a good connection. And it seems he doesn't. We just can't match chicken's pre-moving pace. That's 6 love. This is an opening I've seen Fumitoks play before in the 3+2 Crazyhouse World Championship. So he does know what he's doing here. So what's the idea? So it's a very passive-aggressive approach, which Fumitoks often uses against his opponents to rather good effect, of not not trading much at all, not trying to smash up the opponent, but just sort of sitting back for a moment, saying, "Well, what do you want to do?" Doesn't seem to be paying off quite in this match. Okay, if he doesn't have mate here, then he's in trouble. So, but does he have mate? He does. Nice. So a passive-aggressive approach is, in normal chess, would be when you say, so you say, well, this is a drawn position and I'm not going to do anything. So you keep your structure and you just sort of shuffle your king, say. And it's a way of trying to provoke your opponent to advance, over-advance, and so it's the opposite of keeping the initiative and going for it. It's the strategy of saying, well, I actually like my position, and what are you going to do about it? And the opponent, in trying to press and break into your position, creates weaknesses and holes at the back, which you then exploit. Yeah, and it's less common in Crazyhouse, and so that's why Fumitoks is one of the rare proponents of this style. So Kyle and Platty and Antic all in the Lead Chess chat. It's a long comeback. It's 1-6 down. A lot of fighting to go. It's going to be tough. He avoids. The problem is if you take this pawn, then the king is actually fairly safe with queen, rook, and even another rook defending this square. So it's difficult to see how to get in. Maybe, yeah. Maybe it is possible. Not sure. Time is going to be the way to do this one. But does he have the pieces? Okay, this is bad. This is all over. That's sad. Rook takes! Rook takes! Yeah, but it doesn't quite work. Yeah, it needed really good defense. So Abos says, nice attempt from you in your games as well, and interested in my use of terminology. Yeah, I had to go against Le Professionnel. But he was beaten by PKNM, and today PKNM was beaten 18-2 by Jan Lee, and that will be that was a very interesting stream, which will be on YouTube later, but it's on Twitch for now, in which Jan Lee first beat PKNM 18-2, and then he was 7-all against 12-teen, before 12-teen then won the last two games. And 12-teen won the first three in that series as well. And then he streamed Little Plotkin against Garnet 123, which was a very tight encounter, which Plotkin won 11-9. He would be expected to win that match, but Garnet 123 is perhaps better than people realise. And thanks, Nick Halliwell, as well. And hi, Kryptone. Yeah, so Jan Lee also had a 3-game streak at one point, says Nick. So back to this game. Yeah, the problem is you want to block, but oh, you could have blocked. He could have blocked. No, he can't, because bishop takes. Yes, okay, yeah, that was the problem. It's not a pin because the knight. Once the queen moves, the knight is no longer pinned. So yeah, that was annoying. So the problem is the dark squares are just too much of a problem for Fumitoks in this game, but he has a slight edge on the clock. And the opponent doesn't have anything heavy, so yeah, this is nice potentially nice defense if he can keep an attack going. Can he keep an attack going? Ooh. He needs to block. He needs to block checks and just go for it. Oh wow, he gets the flag. Nice, flagging chicken crossroad. That deserves a medal. Krypton says, "Ah, that's a surprise. Plotkin not completely destroying that matchup. No, it was a very tight game. And Mugwort says, if 12 was 199, maybe he changed accounts because he's not a teen anymore. Yeah, I don't think it was anything to do with his age ever. Not. I think it was a play on. There was another player called 11 Teen, or maybe it was even him, and so it was a play on that. I think, but you know better than I do, I'm sure. Okay, so black doesn't have any knights in hand. That's sort of one positive. This, I think, is a sensitive square coming in to here. But the problem is, yeah, rook takes knight was quite a severe threat. So that's quite a nice move, defending both knights. But it meant he lost a little bit of initiative. Okay, now is there... Okay, so he went back to defend c2. He didn't have anything more active. That's annoying, but okay. Yeah, we saw e3. That was always a danger because this e pawn hasn't been pushed. But black doesn't have the knight to really capitalize. That's all defended. So he wants to sack on e3 again. e3 is the really sensitive square in this position. He could have just... Maybe he can't. He's just plugging away at e3. And the thing is, in bullet especially, if you have a target, it makes your life a lot easier. You just keep on plugging away at that target. Okay, going for knight takes bishop. He's going to have to defend. I'm not sure about that, but okay. I guess this is bullet and it's flagging time. 1 second. Just don't get mated. Come on. Okay, this is a serious threat. Keep. Oh yes, nice. He gets a mate. Nick Howell says, I'm really curious to see how Andrew stacks up against King Switcher. What are your thoughts on it? Well, I think that King Switcher is a very talented player and a very fast player, but not really yet a good player, but someone with potential, as it were. And against Penguin, you have someone who's very good at chess, obviously, and also incredibly fast. So I think he's going to neutralize King Switcher's best asset, which is his speed. So I don't see King Switcher progressing from that one. So Little Plotkin says the comeback might be real indeed. Let's hope. Chat is going by so fast, no one will notice that I love Plotkin. Little Plotkin says I'm hoping this match goes 100 games, and I love Krypton. Okay, and back to this. Okay, this is awkward. Okay, at least the dark squares are defended. The problem is knight here is a smother idea. If he takes queen here's checkmate. So what happened? Black resigned. So it's 8-3 to chicken. I mean, some strong play from Fumi. He's won 3 of the last 5. But it's been tough. Okay, game 12. Okay, again a Scandi. I mean, part of me wonders how is Chicken so good at Crazyhouse when he doesn't, to my knowledge, play that much. But of course he plays a lot of bug. Or it's possible he does play and I'm not aware of it. Or he plays on an alt, which I'm not aware of. But So, but most likely it's that he doesn't play so much, but he plays Bughouse, and the same skills come in use in Crazyhouse. Okay, so he's going in on d6, which is nice. The only slight disadvantage is that's not an attack on the king, but it's a solid position from white. I mean, black's structure is in a bit of a mess. The problem is it's a very nice structure, but he needs something more decisive somehow. So let's see. So for example, knight here, queen here would be a mating construction. So this is why he's put his knight here. If we can get a queen trade, then we'd have a mate. Ooh, what? 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 Oh, it's check. That's annoying. Yeah, so tempting. I want to take that queen. Okay, very. I like this. I really like this. Ooh, it's so close. Can you get a mate? Queen takes pawn check. Go for it. No. Yes. He has gone for it, but is it anything? Oh, no, he flags. Maybe it wasn't anything. And Mugwort says, Chicken is one of the few players whose moves seem to get better the faster he goes. Well, so not this particular game, but there were like some games at the beginning of this series which the whole position was really chaotic and really hard to grapple with. And, maybe it would be interesting to look at them again at a slower pace. Whereas this is a much more sort of stable structure where I'd expect Fumi's experience in Crazyhouse should serve him well. So just he has d7 covered. Okay, g7 is a problem. What? Oh, he sexes. Oh, that is annoying. He forgot this pin. That's quite a miss. A nice, yeah, that's a nice defensive resource. Getting safe because otherwise he was losing the rook. Okay, so he loses that. Okay, this seems like a. Don't see. I don't see why he couldn't run away, but maybe there was a reason. The king is not safe there, is it? Or is it? Okay, the chicken's run out. He just needs some. He's run out of pieces. This is exactly the kind of thing Fumi wants, but what's the point? Here, there, and then there's going to be problems. Okay, that wasn't to be. So 10-3 to chicken. Okay, so I think this is the first time Fumi's going for this sort of solid setup, which Stockfish hates, by the way, but I think it's interesting. Just putting a pawn on h3, bishop on g2, and just sort of having this kind of structure. Oh no, he has used this before in this series, hasn't he? Just wasn't trying to think. Yes, and that's an interesting. I like what Fumi's doing in this game. He's making good inroads into black's position. Ooh, yeah. So if he'd stepped back, maybe he was getting. Oh, knight takes rook was on, but then as rook takes was still check. So really good initiative here from Fumi, and he's threatening rook at h8 checkmate. Okay, that's blocked. And he's out of resources. He wants to dislodge this knight. So rook h8 still an idea. Oh, that's nice. Even quicker. So 10-4. He needs 6 in a row for the match to go into tie breaks. And we're seeing a return to this opening, and maybe we can pay a little bit more attention. So last time I remember there was some kind of, I thought it was knight at f5 ideas, but okay, we'll see what happens here. Sacks on g7. What's the idea? If bishop takes, we have a mate threat. Seems nice. Wow. Really? So pawn here, king here. I think he sacked too much. Pawn here, king here. He shouldn't have. Pawn here, king here is the problem, and the king is running away. Ah, so the reason was knight at f5 was in the air, forking the king and the queen. Oops, okay, I didn't see that. So thanks, chat. Molten in the chat for pointing that out. And indeed, chicken has taken the match. Okay, so what worked for Fumi last time was the sack on 8. What really, the last time he did really well, 2 games ago, was the sack on h6 and getting in on the dark squares. So obviously this is a slightly different position, but and he's on the back foot this particular game. Yeah, this is going to be tough. So the point of this move is what exactly? Just to get a piece on with tempo. He's trying to... Ah, okay. So it's 12-4. So you have an eye on g2, but do you want to take it? That's the question. Maybe no opportunity. You're always a little bit worried about this square, but okay. So now the bishop takes his eye off this square. Ooh. And he is actually incredibly keen on taking advantage. So what he's trying to threaten is pawn here, and then knight takes pawn, picking up the queen. Or indeed, yeah, the queen defends the mate. So the question is, does he have this as well? Okay, but this way you can defend with the bishop. Why would you? Okay, never mind. I thought you'd go with the bishop and defend. Okay. But okay, he gets a mate, so that came rather out of nowhere to my eyes. Okay, g2 attacks. So you want knight g2, yep. And Fumi is just going to try and slide away. He doesn't have a bishop to follow it up. What he does have is unfortunately an open d file. And he now has the bishop for that diagonal. And he's going to, okay. So he's threatening knight hit takes here. looking rather precarious, I have to say. Exploiting all these pins. Well, now you have to run, promote. Doesn't have the knight tab, you can just take it and drop a rook here as checkmate. Is there a reason here you can't take here? I don't see it, but okay. Okay, seems reasonable. This feels like a better version of 2 games ago. So the threat would be this takes this and a pawn here, rook here. That would be if you could do several moves at once. And that's really nice, because you're threatening queen here, checkmate. He's going for the knight, simple, knight here, check, pawn here, checkmate. So, okay, so he's going for the rook, because he wants pawn here, rook here, checkmate. Everything has a mating idea associated. It's tempting to take the rook, but unfortunately you'd be worried, yes, this is mating back, probably. So that's why he doesn't. Okay, so after you take that bishop off, knight here and pawn here is a checkmate threat. This is the kind of simple threats that I can understand. But if they persist, they're quite hard to ward off. So knight here. Okay, the knight's defending that mate, but if we had a couple of knights, we could get a mate like this. The question is, okay, we're getting some counter pressure. That's defended. Ooh, it is just about defended. It was defended by the queen. Eek. But okay. Okay, but does he have something here? Ooh. Or he's just going for checks. I think they were just they're just 0.03 seconds and chicken flags. Yeah, so chicken's already won because you need 10.5 to win. It's a best of 20. So he's won 14-5 last game. It's more sort of for the fans playing the full set of 20. Someone in the chat, Carl Lee, says, what if he withdraws like the first CWC? Yeah, so the 2017 CWC was very interesting because Chicken Crossroad was a candidate and then withdrew, but it was quite nice because then Fishy Rishy organised a big tournament which everyone could take part in. And the top 2 in the tournament faced off in a match, head-to-head match against each other. And the top 2 were Masalanka in second place and Opperwaisen in first place. And Opperwaisen wasn't in the candidates because he'd been knocked out by none other than Blitz Bullet. And Opperwaisen won that heads up against Masalanka, and so he became a candidate. And Helm's Knight joined Lichess, in fact, at that time, in order to have a go. And she came quite close as well. I don't know why not. Just bishop there would have defended that rook, but it's just time. Time is too short. I mean, basically Chicken is pre-moving his way to victory in that game. So 15 games to 5 it is, and Chicken Crossroad takes it against Fumitoks. I guess he's going to be a tough opponent in the candidates. He's just very fast, as well as being good. Even though he might not be a regular Crazyhouse player, he plays a lot of bug, and that obviously comes in useful. It's 2:44 a.m., so I'm going to be going to bed fairly soon. But if anyone in chat wants to challenge me to a game of 3+2, then I might play a couple of games just for fun before closing the stream. But the purpose of the stream is really to commentate on this match between Chickencrossroad and Fumitoks. And okay, and well, if not, that's fine. And I'll just show you the other matches in store. So we have that Jan Lee's already beaten PKNM 18-2. Penguin GIM against King Switcher is scheduled for Sunday evening US time. Mastertan Retarded Platypus is also going to be Sunday evening US time. Schwanet against Variance Only was a very tight match, which Variance Only took 11-9. Opperwaisen against John Stuckey is going to be Saturday evening European time. Little Plotkin just earlier this evening beat Garnek 11-9. And we just saw here Chickencrossroad beat Fumitoks 15-5. And Blitzbullet Clearcast I don't think has been scheduled. But Clearcast will probably stream that match, because he's streamed his previous two matches, and there's a playlist on YouTube, under my YouTube channel, where you can see all the previous streams from this Crazyhouse World Championship, Bullet Crazyhouse World Championship, and indeed you can see also all the streams from earlier, from the 2018 Crazyhouse World Championship in another playlist, and other playlists of instructive stuff. Okay, and then what time will all this stuff be? So if that's not going to work. Well, if you go to the blog spot, that will give you everything, but unfortunately, for some reason, it gives you in London time. So it's 1:30 a.m. London time, but in GMT to be easier, it's midnight 30. Will be Penguin GIM against King Switcher. And in fact, that will be after Mastertan Platy. So if anyone wants to stream between midnight, so this is London time, so between midnight and 1, there are two matches which will pretty much be back to back, which is Mastertan against Platy and Penguin against King Switcher. So if you're up for streaming that, Mugwort, although that might be, yeah, that might be in the middle of day Monday for you. Yeah, you'll be at work then in Australia. Yeah, not good times. Opperwaisen John Stuckey. In theory, someone like Jan might be awake at that time to stream it, but don't know. Yeah, and then the Elite Crazyhouse will be, I think, on Saturday as usual. Okay, so that's it for today then. Thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, I couldn't be as instructive as I usually try to be with Crazyhouse. I think it's but I think the only thing I could really focus on in this sort of thing is looking at key squares and looking at pieces you need for mate and that sort of ideas, and also the focus in on when you're attacking something, just first lining up all your pieces attacking a certain square, and if the opponent is defending that square with certain pieces, then you then line up your pieces attacking the defender of that square. But that kind of you see that sort of idea a lot. So yeah, try and see what is the entry into the opponent's position, and then because once you get your pieces into the opponent's position, you're in. But yeah, I haven't been able to say much at such high speed. Okay, thanks everyone for watching, and good night. Bye.